and it is beautiful to witness. God bless America. God bless President Trump. God bless Alex Jones. Oh, and we have this. How can I forget? We have the news coming out that Special Counsel Jack Smith is in talks with senior leadership at the Justice Department, evaluating ways he can end his prosecutions of President-elect Donald Trump. And we have RFK. You know, he's going to be right there at the forefront. Not sure where he's going to be appointed. I'd love to see him at the head of the CDC or Health and Human Services. And then, of course, look at this. Look at the stock market going nuts. Following the wind, Dow Jones is up over 1,000 points.
The symbolism couldn't be clearer, patriots. The man they tried to erase from the internet could now control the narrative from the highest platform in the land. This isn't just about press briefings. This is about justice. Every journalist who pushed lies, every tech giant who censored truth, every deep state operative who tried to control the narrative may now have to answer to Alex Jones. The revolution is here. So here's what I want to know from you. What should Alex Jones's first act as press secretary be? What truth bomb should he drop first? Share your thoughts below.
Many people were going into roles into Facebook and Twitter and all these other YouTube platforms who were former CIA, FBI, DOJ, all of these departments. In fact, you've got NSA, the DNI, DHS, DOD. It's unbelievable, and that's why I think they were talking about how it's being weaponized. These platforms are being weaponized, and now you can see why, because these people are highly trained who are going into these positions. So a 7-year cooling off period would completely stop that. Because you've got to think about it, why would they want those posts apart from the weaponization? It's because of the data. It's getting people's data. It's obvious they want the data. And then point number 5, then let's get on to this one. Here we go.
5th, the time has finally come for Congress to pass a digital Bill of Rights. This should include a right to digital due process. In other words, government officials should need a court order to take down online content, not send information requests such as the FBI was sending to Twitter. Furthermore, when users of big online platforms have their content or accounts removed, throttled, shadow banned, or otherwise restricted, no matter what name they use, they should have the right to be informed that it's happening, the right to a specific explanation of the reason why, and the right to a timely appeal. In addition, all users over the age of 18 should have the right to opt out of content moderation and curation entirely, and receive an unmanipulated stream of information if they so choose. The fight for free speech is a matter of victory or death for America and for the survival of Western civilization itself. When I am president, this whole rotten system of censorship and information control will be ripped out of the system at large. There won't be anything left. By restoring free speech, we'll begin to reclaim our democracy and save our nation. Thank you, and God bless America.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. We as content creators, or even not even content creators, just normal people, should be informed, firstly, why our content is being removed, or why we're being shadow banned or throttled, as he said, or why our channel might get taken down. And we should be entitled to a right of appeal. There's been so many times. The perfect example is the Great Reset video that I did, where it hit, was it 800,000 views just like that, overnight almost, and then it got taken down and I got a 7-day ban. And I said, why have I got this 7-day ban? It doesn't make any sense. What have I done wrong? And they wouldn't tell me. And then 2 or 3 years later, I finally get an email out of the blue saying, your appeal was successful, there was nothing wrong with the video at all, you didn't breach any terms and conditions, and now you can receive monetization for it. Well, the video's not even displayed, it's not in search results. I missed out on all of that advertising revenue. And you got to think, if I didn't have other businesses and other income, I would have been in big trouble. You know, a lot of content creators, that's all they do, is just make content. So if they're not earning money from their content, how are they supposed to make content? You see, it was the weaponization of money as well, because if you say anything that isn't with the narrative, you can lose access to your funds. So I, for one, am really happy about these 5 points, this new announcement today.
Let's talk about this UFO hearing today, the second big congressional UFO hearing today in Congress. We finally moved past the bullshit, everyone. Finally. 0-point energy, the actual technology is finally starting to get discussed here. Yes, like we've already established, the United States government has alien bodies. They have biologics. That's already on the record from the last congressional hearing. We don't need to rehash that. Yes, the United States government has these advanced technologies. Yes, the United States government has these crashed UFOs. They've had them for decades. Basically, any idiot knows that by now, or you're just willfully ignorant, so we don't need to rehash all of that once again. Now, you have Michael Schellenberger there, journalist Michael Schellenberger, Luis Elizondo. You had a number of other individuals, Rear Admiral Tim Godet, also there speaking, so you had some pretty powerhouse individuals speaking in front of the Congress today. Michael Schellenberger put out 212 pages of UFO evidence and government cover-ups to Congress. He handed that over. In fact, he had to basically tell Congress, hey, you guys, there's a secret program at the Pentagon. It's called Immaculate Constellation. You guys should probably know more about it. And that's one of the big things that they were discussing today during this hearing, that they have thousands of high-quality UFO images, videos, FLIR camera images, all of it. You had Luis Elizondo, of course, who worked in the Pentagon. He just stated under oath that the government UAP program secrecy is, quote, all to hide the fact that we are not alone in the cosmos. We all know that, but watch.
Over the last decade and a half, I learned that certain UAP programs were and are operating without any of these elements. Although much of my government work on the UAP subject still remains classified, excessive secrecy has led to grave misdeeds against loyal civil servants, military personnel, and the public, all to hide the fact that we are not alone in the cosmos.
What are they doing? My biggest concern right now, though, are those bizarre missing 20 million votes that Joe Biden received. Kamala got the same amount of votes as President Obama. So the deep state, for some reason, decided to not use the same 20 million vote playbook that they used in 2020. Why? Why did the deep state hold back on that? Is it because no one would have believed that Kamala got that many votes? Of course. Yes, she's verifiably one of the dumbest people to ever run for president, but something else is going on here. I think they've got something else up their sleeve to try to undermine Trump from the inside of his administration, to try and sabotage him from within.
You can't know what your government is doing? Who owns this government? The federal bureaucrat who can't be fired? No, I don't think so. We do. So, if you wind up in a country with over 1 billion classified federal documents, you are living in an extremely corrupt country. Extremely corrupt. And everyone around the world knows that about the United States. We don't know it. We don't think we live in a corrupt country. We do. And we can fix it super easily. And that's just, let's declassify. Every 9/11 document should be declassified. Oh, shut up, conspiracy theorist. No. If you want to create conspiracy theories, pull down a curtain of secrecy over what actually happened. Why are you afraid to tell me the whole story?
So, let's just start with what
is that if this most fundamental right is allowed to perish, then the rest of our rights and liberties will topple, just like dominoes, one by one, they'll go down. That's why today I'm announcing my plan to shatter the left-wing censorship regime and to reclaim the right to free speech for all Americans. And reclaim is a very important word in this case because they've taken it away. In recent weeks, bombshell reports have confirmed that a sinister group of deep state bureaucrats, Silicon Valley tyrants, left-wing activists, and depraved corporate news media have been conspiring to manipulate and silence the American people. They have collaborated to suppress vital information on everything from elections to public health. The censorship cartel must be dismantled and destroyed, and it must happen immediately. And here's my plan. First, within hours of my inauguration, I will sign an executive order banning any federal department or agency from colluding with any organization, business, or person to censor, limit, categorize, or impede the lawful speech of American citizens. I will then ban federal money from being used to label domestic speech as mis- or disinformation. And I will begin the process of identifying and firing every federal bureaucrat who has engaged in domestic censorship, directly or indirectly, whether they are the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Health, Human Services, the FBI, the DOJ, no matter who they are. Second, I will order the Department of Justice to investigate all parties involved in the new online censorship regime, which is absolutely destructive and terrible, and to aggressively prosecute any and all crimes identified. These include possible violations of federal civil rights law, campaign finance laws, federal election law, securities law, and antitrust laws, the Hatch Act, and a host of other potential criminal civil.
Trump does not want to take your guns, people.
Yes, we are not alone in the cosmos. I think we all know that. And some very important, though, on-the-record discussions about how these alien craft travel using etheric energy. We're done past the bodies part of this whole hearing. We got that. We know that we have bodies, right? We know that we have the craft. So how exactly are they traveling? And finally, we started getting questions about etheric energy, about 0-point energy. I encourage you to watch my deep dive interview about the disappearance of MH370 Malaysian Airlines with physicist Ashton Forbes. I think it has almost 2 million views here on the channel. I go make the craft disappear. And so the United States government is responsible for this. Watch as then the airliner disappears. Right here, I believe. Right after this cloud. Watch. Here we go. This is an unbelievable video, and it's been confirmed. This is 10-year-old video, by the way. There we go. Disappears. And that aircraft, of course, gone. What? So 0-point technologies, they've been recovered from these UFOs. The United States government has them. The capabilities of this technology are monumental. We're talking faster than light travel. Imagine never needing to get in an airplane again because we already have this technology, but they're keeping it from you because they like to charge you for energy, of course. Instantaneous travel, unlimited energy that's pulled from the atmosphere. By the way, Trump's new head of the CIA, I'm hoping that he is going to disclose this. This is John Ratcliffe. He has been pushing for U.S. UFO disclosure. He will now be at the head of the CIA. He was trying to get this done while he was head of DNI or at DNI. Now Tulsi Gabbard will be at DNI.